As an Ulster Prod, I think the 12th really means a day out, a festival, something where I can be proud and celebrate my culture and my identity. And I think also to be thankful as an Ulster Protestant that the knowledge that my community has been under attack, has been under siege, and yet to be thankful for the history, the rich history and heritage that we do have, to be thankful for the gospel that we do have, to be thankful for our religious inheritance, and to basically display that in a very, I think, proactive way to the rest of society and say, here we are, we've been through a lot, and we're going to be here for a great deal longer and continue to take whatever is thrown at us.
It means to me the start of democracy, because when William fought James at the Boyne, he defeated, in my belief, a despot who wanted to reintroduce ruling by absolution that the king decreed was correct, and William opposed that, as did the merchants of London. At the Battle of the Boyne, it wasn't a Catholic Protestant fight, it was democracy against maybe a form of fascism or whatever, and that's what I believe.
Well, 12th of July has always been sort of the high point in the Orange calendar, and has been so for the majority of Protestants, not only those who are in the Orange Order, but those outside as well. Just basically an expression of our culture and identity and where we come from, highlighting to me all the great principles of the Reformation, the whole concept of freedom and civil and religious liberty, the whole vision of William, that when he took over the throne of England, he did so to defeat James and arbitrary power. So in some ways it was the first wave of Western democracy.
Well, the demonstration is an expression of who we are on this island and our right to be who we are on the island. I don't go in for the argument about whether the Orange Order is primarily religious or primarily political in its structure. And the nature of the Orange Order is such that it brings together both Britishness through its loyalty to the throne and the British Constitution, and Protestantism through its support of the principles of the Reformation. And so the Orange Order binds up within itself the two great lines of cleavage on this island, ethnicity and religion.
The main focus isn't the parade, but it should be the actual service in the field, because we're coming to celebrate our liberties which we share in common with Roman Catholics, in the sense that we live in a liberal democracy won for us by King William through many battles, including the Battle of the Boyne, but specifically Protestant, in the sense that we believe that we have a right to give thanks to God for how our Reformed faith has been encouraged and developed within Ireland.
And the 12th of July will be an opportunity for a mass gathering, for a religious service, and hopefully not only Orangemen but the general public will gather on that occasion.
God's blessing rest upon every member of the Orange institution and those who support its aims and objectives.
In terms of certainly the area I would be familiar with, it's a peaceful pageant of culture and history attached to my community and the community around, when we simply celebrate our culture as it's been handed down, largely through the events of the 1690 period. But I think it's an important cultural event. Thomas Carn Duff, who was a Belfast poet, said that it was the one time in the year when Ulster Protestants showed in a sort of colourful way their culture, and the rest of the year they were rather less colourful, which may reflect a lot in their Ulster Scot ancestry, many of them.
For me, the 12th of July and the parade is about commemoration and celebration of the glorious revolution of the Williamite era, the British Constitution, and simply our Britishness.
It's a family day, more so in the country, in the old days in particular, where you would find family picnics. Personally, it's a day of nostalgia as one walks along the main streets in Belfast and misses the old familiar faces of folk who once were there. It's a cohesive situation as it binds us together as one larger family.
You meet people either in the parade or at the side of the road or at the field, people that maybe you haven't seen since last year. It's about friendship, it's a community day, it's about community solidarity.